we've tinkered in the past with explosive targets, which are for like shooting ranges, and it's basically just it's a retail friendly product where you get a container with this powder in it, and it takes a high velocity projectile to make it go boom.
Are we rolling? Is this live? Oh, okay. Well, howdy, friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm the Scooter Cowboy. You ever wonder why cowboys always ride horses? Well, it's because they're too heavy to carry. So saddle up and join us on this ride. It's a conversation with Sergio from Mobility Direct. It's the episode of the Exploding Ewheels. One of my favorite videos of yours, and I will recommend it to people, they should search on it, is when you explode the E-wheel scooter. Um,
Surprised, surprised we didn't get a letter for that.
so I was like trying to find information on my scooter, and I'm watching you guys blow it up and say, hey, they're not worth the time. And I'm just like, what? Anyway,
Um,
you guys took an E-wheel scooter, and I don't know what you packed it with, but it exploded, and
yeah,
you got some nice angles too.
yeah. So, I'm gonna tread lightly here because I don't want to get into any trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, e-wheels, we're kind of, talking about these things like service and quality and dependability. And, e-wheels, they just closed up right before the holidays. And, you can still go to their site. There's still a phone number. I called it today. Just, no, it just doesn't even answer. And they just left a lot of people hanging. They sold a lot of scooters, and I think their scooters were popular, you know, because they had a lot of fast scooters. So, like mine, I had a EW72, 48 volts, go 14 miles an hour. It was great. And then, but some of the things you were talking about, you're moving that much weight at that speed, and it just gets things get weird, I think, and I just never felt like 100% stable on that thing. So
Yeah.
anyway, let you talk a little bit about that whole e-wheels situation, and I'll just say, let me just before you step in anything, I'll step in it. I got the scooter. I was excited. I called them up, no answer. I emailed them, no answer. Um, Now I'm starting to get interested. Why aren't you responding? I tried to find all these different ways to contact them. Um, and I did, and just no response from anybody about anything. And this was, a while before they closed, maybe a year or so. And I was shocked because I just thought they would be like Pride or, some of these other scooters that I I bought a used scooter and I was able to find parts, but I couldn't even get them to talk to me about it. And so, cut to they close and you know, from my perspective, it's just like I don't think you can treat your customers like that, and I don't think it's a good situation to do that. Just to sell the scooter and don't answer the phone.
I, I, First of all, I'm not surprised at what you said about them not answering. Um, as a former dealer, which I'm ashamed to say, like just having those words roll off my tongue just makes me cringe. But yes, we used to be a dealer because there were no fast scooters out there, and they had an online presence, which was that of a big
Oh
reputable
yeah,
company.
yeah.
And
They were very sophisticated in their marketing.
right, right. And I guess hindsight 2020, right? We should have we should have had a better foresight, and we should have been able to see the cracks, um, but we didn't. And it took us about 2 years, 3 years of dealing with their products. They were selling quite a bit because there just weren't many fast options out there that were super affordable, and all the different color choices that they had too. That was unique.
Yeah.
Um, so we sold a lot of them, but when customers called looking for parts or warranty support, it was very challenging for us as a dealer to work as the middleman essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
we're not manufacturing these products, we're selling them, and they didn't sell to the public. At least in the beginning, they didn't, and then come to find out, they decided they were going to start selling it to the public without even letting us know, or any of their dealers
Mm-hmm.
know. As far as I know, I mean, we're pretty friendly with a few other dealers, and they weren't aware either. It was just one day they started selling their products on their website out of nowhere. Um, and I think that was a little bit of a red flag, because when a manufacturer starts selling their products, they're essentially competing with their dealers. And the reputable manufacturers like Pride, Gold, and Afikim, they don't do that, right? They focus on making the product, and they let the dealers sell the products. So that was the first red flag, right? Without even the courtesy to let us know, hey, we're going to start competing with you guys. They just started selling their products, direct to consumer. The other thing was, like I said, we had a lot of customers with their products. They would show up damaged. They would show up defective. The wiring
Oh,
job,
really?
yeah. So when we tried to get warranty support for defects or replacement parts, it was very, very time consuming, difficult. Like you were saying, our emails were going unanswered, our phone calls were not being replied or returned in
Mm-hmm.
a timely manner. And it just started to make us look bad. So we did cut ties with them. But I think you know I have a little bit of a background in tinkering with drones, computers. I used to build drones, race them. I used to make content for them, the
Mm.
little racing. I don't know if you've ever seen the
Yeah.
racing drones.
Yeah, like the
Um,
FPV where they fly
yep,
through the trees and fly
yeah, yep.
courses
So
and compete.
yep. So I still have my fleet of racing drones on the wall. They're dusty, but they are
Uh,
there. I used
wow.
to fly them pretty competitively.
Wow.
Um, and then life happened. But I used to build them, and I still do build my own computers. And one of the things that you could tell when you build something that's relying on electronics and components and wiring is, you could tell it's a good quality product when the wiring is clean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when you take apart an e-wheel scooter and you look at
Yeah.
the wiring job, literally it's a clump. It looks like a ball of spaghetti
Yeah.
of all
Yeah.
different shapes and sizes and colors of wires, stuffed into a Ziploc bag. I'm not even kidding. There's no exaggeration here. We took apart an
Oh,
E-Wheels
yeah. I took
EW46.
mine apart. I can verify what you're saying. It was just like, what? You
Right.
know,
It's
my
just like
controller was stuck on with like a piece of double-sided sticky foam tape, to the frame, and it's just like, this isn't no, this isn't right. Zip ties holding things and just components exposed to the elements, and they were. It seemed like they were made, as cheaply as possible. I mean, they would do the thing, but for how long is the question.
yeah.
And,
So lo-
yeah, you're up a creek even if you break a brake lever or something simple.
yeah, exactly. So we after a period of about 2 3 years, we had enough, and we basically said, all right, it's not worth it. Even if we see a pretty significant decline in revenue from their sales, it's in the long
Yeah.
term going to be a better decision if we stop carrying their products. And we wanted to go out with a bang. so so
Well,
we
I would recommend that video highly to anybody watching this if you haven't had a chance. And there's more than one, right? I think of the
yeah, so
explosion. Yeah.
so we Andrew and I were just like, what are we going to do with this e-wheel scooter? We don't want to sell it. It's not right to sell it. Let's get rid of it somehow. And I was like, we were thinking, well, what do we do? Do we get a crane and just like hoist it up 50 feet in the air and drop it? Do we throw it off a dock into a lake? But then, it's like some sort of
Yeah.
worried
Biohazard.
about the animals, and we don't want to like damage the water. So we said, well, hey, we we're in Florida, we're just a good old couple of Florida boys, and we
Yeah.
we've tinkered in the past with explosive targets, which are for like shooting ranges.
Okay.
And it's basically just it's a retail friendly product where You get a container with this powder in it, and it takes a high velocity projectile to make it go boom. And
Mm-hmm.
we took the batteries out and we put that jug in the battery compartment. One of my buddies was former military, you know, did a lot of rifle work in his military days. So he was like far, far back, and he was ready to go ahead and take the shot. While Andrew and I were filming with like 4 or 5 different cameras, one in the air, two on the ground, a couple FPV
Oh
cameras.
yeah.
So yeah, we got all the angles, and it was pretty epic. Um, don't try it at home. It's dangerous. Projectile like pieces of the frame and the body panels were like found weeks later near like 100 feet away near my front door. So it definitely was not smart, not by any means safe, but we did it in a controlled environment, on a private property. Yeah.
That's where all the fun stuff
Yeah.
is, right? Not smart, not safe. Hey, I mean, thank you for taking the risk for the rest of us because that's some good entertainment.
Yeah, and our audience seemed to agree with you. So people were like, "That was epic. You got to do that more often." So now it's kind of become our thing where if we have a scooter that we have to decommission, like let's say there's a rust bucket and it's too expensive to repair it, sometimes customers will just say, "Hey, can you get rid of this for me? I'm buying a new scooter."
Yeah, yeah.
It's time to blow up another scooter.
Well, all right. I'll keep watching, see
Yeah.
what you come up with there. But
There are dealers out there that sell low quality, cheap stuff, and if the manufacturer is not picking up the phone when that dealer's calling on behalf of their customer, the dealer is not going to be able to do anything for that customer. And I think that's part of the reason why our selection's pretty limited,
mm,
compared to a lot of other dealers that carry every single brand under the sun. Right?
hmm hmm
We're very selective. We only carry brands that are going to kind of share that same sentiment about reputation and customer support. So if there's a new product that comes out there, it might be really cool, it might be really fast, it might be really pretty, it might be really affordable, but if it smells fishy, right?
hmm
Like they're not going to provide support down the road, or if it looks like it's not built in a way that's going to last, we're not going to carry it. I don't care how much money we're missing out on by not selling it. We just don't want to risk having a customer out there stranded with a scooter that doesn't work and they can't get parts or support for it.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But I do want to ask you a really simple and stupid question right here. Can people just buy a scooter from you and you'll ship it to them? So can I just buy a Pride scooter
Yeah,
from you? Now I know you have
absolutely.
a catalog. You haven't mentioned
Mhm.
it, but you have a catalog that you send people, right? If they
Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks for plugging that in. I didn't want to over promote anything, but we do have a catalog, and it's free. It has all of our latest products. It's got
okay,
special discount offers and a lot of information just about our company and our background. If you want to learn about it, you can always claim a copy on our website, mobilitydirect.com. There's a little green button at the top of every page. It's just click there, fill out the form with your address, and it takes about a week or two. You'll get it.
okay. And then I can I go, oh, I like this scooter. And I've been to your site and I've looked at scooters that I like there, and I noticed like you have add-ons for each scooter. It seems like you can, oh, I want the cane holder, or I want whatever accessories
Yeah.
are offered for that scooter. You can add them on right there on your site, and then get
Yep.
that customized scooter sent out. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We actually do tax-free sales in the state of Florida, which is where our business is
Mm-hmm.
registered. There's a no tax on medical products, kind of a policy, if you will, where we don't have to charge tax. So
Well,
those savings get
that's
passed on to
nice.
the customer. Yep. Whereas, a
That's
lot of
hundreds
people
of
in other
dollars.
states, yeah,
Yeah.
it adds up pretty quick, right? And
Right.
also it's free shipping nationwide, unless you're in Hawaii or Alaska or Puerto Rico. But
Okay.
for the intercontinental states, it's free shipping. And yeah, yeah, we'd love to work with anybody. if you have any questions, something that I think is unique about our sales team is they're non-commissioned. So they're not going to try and sell you something just to earn a commission. That's
Right,
something we
right.
noticed a lot of the competitors do. I just feel like if you're selling medical products, right, just like a
Yeah,
doctor, right? If you go to a doctor
right,
and they're getting commission to recommend
right,
medicine to you, it's like I don't like that. So when we started the company, we told ourselves, and we talked to the team about it. We're like, look, no commissions, and it's working very well. People, it's not like they're not getting paid. It's just they're not getting paid based off of what they sell.
right, right. They get
So
paid, but not, you get a percentage of this thing that's marked up more, so you want to sell that more than the thing that's really right for the customer. You guys are focused on what's really right for the customer. That will be really right for our company in the end too. So I
right,
like
and
it.
what will fit their needs specifically, right? Like what we were talking about, what they're going to be, what applications they need it for, um, and of course what their price point is. I think it's not right if somebody's trying to get a product that's going to help them regain their mobility and independence. Do you really want to be sold something that's super
Yeah,
expensive to just
yeah,
pay someone's commission? I don't like the
yeah,
way that
yeah.
sounds and plays out. So we do things a little bit differently in that regard too. So, there's no pressure. If someone calls, they're going to get straightforward answers.
And I like how you give away scooters too, just flat out, just give them to people. And some of the videos, it's like you can really see, hey, this person was in a jam and this is going to open things up for them. And, just from my community, I want to say thank you for doing that for, the people that are out there. Um, I
Yeah.
think
Well,
it's great that you guys have that generosity of spirit. So,
wish we could do more. There's a lot of people out there that could use them, and we do what we can to help out and give back to the community. Part of every sale goes towards funding that
mm-hmm.
donation program where we find somebody that could really use a scooter or wheelchair, and we help them by giving them one essentially. Um, but aside from that, we kind of do that locally in our local community. We donate scooters to people. We also do like a regular, just random giveaway to people that subscribe and comment on any of our
Oh,
videos.
okay. So that would
Yep.
be like one you would ship out to somebody then? They could be
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
New Mexico and
Exactly.
okay.
Yep. So a lot of people they only see the videos of the local recipients that are getting
Right,
the
right.
free products, but I can't really film someone that's in California that's getting it shipped.
Yeah.
We just don't have the bandwidth to fly to different states and be there for every single one. But yeah, no, I mean, you could be in any state and you comment and engage with our content, tell us your story, tell us a little bit about yourself, and our team, they're looking out for these opportunities. We had a veteran the other day that was telling us he's having a hard time even just getting out of the house to do anything. He was widowed, his wife passed away, he's alone, he just really wants to get out and get some fresh air. you know
Yeah.
it's random, but at the same time, we're always looking for people that really need them, and we're selecting them at random as well. So all I could say is, like, just tell us a little bit about yourself in the comments, or just ask a question, and whatever the question or comment is, we reply to everybody within one business day. So we appreciate everybody's support, our following, our audience. We couldn't have done much of what we've done at all without their support. Yeah,
Well, Sergey, I really appreciate you taking the time to kind of sit down with me here
of course.
digitally and talk about this. I as a user, what I found when I started looking for information was there wasn't a lot. And so that's why I started my channel was, to give the user perspective on these machines, because there's retailers that will, talk about the specifications. You go beyond that, but what I was finding was not a lot of firsthand accounts and I just as I've begun to reach out, I've been very thankful at the generosity of spirit I found in this community and one of those people is you and Mobility Direct. So I just want to again say thank you for the kindness that you've shown me, and thank you for agreeing to take some time out of your day to sit and talk about mobility issues. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about it here today on the Scooter Cowboy channel.
Yeehaw! Hey, it's my pleasure.
Yeehaw!
It's been fun, and I appreciate the opportunity. And let's do some more in the future. And um,
Yeah,
I'll be happy
yeah.
to join. Anything that's related to mobility content is kind of my wheelhouse. So keep in touch. Let me know when
Well,
we can do another one.
thank you. I will.
All right, Scooter Cowboy.
I will catch you
Catch you
down the
on the other
trail.
side.
Well, there you have it. I think that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of things I'd like to explode. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for staying to the end. And I hope you come back soon and join me again. Till then, I'm the Scooter Cowboy, and I'll see you down the trail. You better watch it. You know what I'm talking about. I see you. You know what I'm talking about.